Welcome to OpenAI Dev Day. It was 2008. Songs like Lil Wayne's Lollipop and Rihanna's Take a Bow were hits on the radio, and Eli Manning was leading the Giants in shocking the world and defeating one of the best teams in history, the 2008 New England Patriots, led by the GOAT, Tom Brady. But a paradigm-shifting technology was right under our noses and was being ready to be released into the ecosystem, and that was Apple's App Store.
So, you're a developer and you've just spent 2 weeks or maybe a little bit longer writing this amazing app, and what is your dream? Your dream is to get it in front of every iPhone user, and hopefully they love it and buy it, right? That's not possible today. Most developers don't have those kinds of resources. Even the big developers would have a hard time getting their app in front of every iPhone user. Well, we're going to solve that problem for every developer, big to small. And the way we're going to do it is what we call the App Store. This is an application we've written to deliver apps to the iPhone. And we're going to put it on every single iPhone with the next release of the software. And so our developers are going to be able to reach every iPhone user through the App Store. This is the way we're going to distribute apps to the iPhone. So let's take a look inside the App Store. It's got the 5 buttons across the bottom. So we have a featured section, which is the ones we're featuring. Just added, staff favorites. We've got categories here. If you want to find a game, if you want to find a business application, you want to find an application about finance as an example, easy to find stuff and browse the different categories. Of course, we've got our top lists, our top downloads, top 50 in this case, where I can see what the most popular apps are that are being downloaded. And if I know what I want, I can easily search for something, in this case a backgammon game, and instantly find it. I can tap on it, get some screenshots, and get a write-up on it. And if I'm interested in using it, this one happens to be free. I just tap up there, and I tap the install button, and the app is wirelessly downloaded to the iPhone using the cell network or Wi-Fi. It's that simple to put the app right on the phone. Now, we've also built a section into iTunes where you can peruse all the apps as well. And you can download them right to your computer, a PC or a Mac, and sideload them right into your iPhone as well. But we think most people are probably going to just use their iPhone and do it over the air right to the iPhone. So this is pretty cool. But it goes even further. If you've downloaded an app and the developer has updated that app, the App Store will automatically tell you that there is an update available. And if you're interested, you just tap on the App Store, it takes you to the update section, shows you the app that's been updated. You can see exactly what's been updated. If you like it, tap the update button, and your app will be replaced by the updated version again over the air, all automatically. So we think this is pretty cool. And the App Store is going to be the exclusive way to distribute iPhone applications directly to every iPhone user. Now, developers are going to ask, well, this is great, but what's the deal, right? What's the business deal? We think we've got a great business deal for our developers. First of all, the developer picks the price. Pick whatever price you want to sell your app at. When we sell the app through the App Store, the developer gets 70% of the revenues right off the top. We keep 30% to pay for running the App Store. There are no credit card fees for the developer. We take care of all that. There are no hosting fees for us hosting the app. We take care of all that. There's no marketing fees. The developer gets 70% of the revenues, and it's paid monthly. This is the best deal going to distribute applications to mobile platforms. Now, we talk about the 70-30 revenue split, but the developer gets to pick the price. And you know what price a lot of developers are going to pick? Free, right? So when a developer wants to distribute their app for free, there is no charge for free apps at all. There's no charge to the user, and there's no charge to the developer. We're going to pay for everything to get those apps out there for free. The developer and us have the same exact interest, which is to get as many apps out in front of as many iPhone users as possible. Now, will there be limitations? Of course. There are going to be some apps that we're not going to distribute. Porn, malicious apps, apps that invade your privacy. So there will be some apps that we're going to say no to, but we have exactly the same interest as the vast majority of our developers, which is to get a ton of apps out there for the iPhone. And we think we've invented an incredibly great way to do it, which is the App Store. It's going to reach every single iPhone user. So,
initially, Steve Jobs did not want to allow third-party developers build natively on the iPhone, but he wanted them to build actual web applications for the Safari browser. With the knowledge of this developer ecosystem, when it actually raised hell with a lot of the developer community, he decided to release an SDK in March 2008, and then in July 2008, he would hold the iconic App Store meeting. Not only did it allow people to confidently trust installing third-party apps onto their phone, but it also allowed Apple to set up the world for the dawn of the mobile age. With the ability to tap into these apps that had different functionalities and a new iPhone releasing that same year with 3G capabilities, it allowed for accessibility and consistent functionalities only seen in desktop computers. Now we're at a new dawn, and that is the dawn of consumer superintelligent agents. At the OpenAI Dev Day, it was so easy to see the eerie similarities of Sam Altman to Steve Jobs, but only that Sam got there exponentially faster, garnering over 100 million users in not even a full calendar year is truly remarkable and pretty mind-boggling. One Twitter follower who was there at the Open Dev Day keynote stated that there was never been a Dev Day where she felt like the crowd wanted to build using these tools that were mentioned in the keynote so much. And you could really see that hype on Twitter, online, and just really amongst developers in the community and AI people. It looked like Sam Altman even took a page out of Steve Jobs' playbook of using storytelling as a driver or anchor of his keynote, while starting off with video clips of how regular day people used OpenAI, such as a blind person using it, or even a person coming up with a writing assistant that, is trained off of their dad's writings. It was really remarkable to see that connection between Steve and Sam. Steve was introducing us to the world of apps. Sam has introduced us to the world of GPTs. Let's hand it off to Sam and let him explain it in his own
So
words.
today, we're taking our first small step that moves us towards this future. We're thrilled to introduce GPTs. GPTs are tailored versions of ChatGPT for a specific purpose. You can build a GPT, a customized version of ChatGPT, for almost anything, with instructions, expanded knowledge, and actions, and then you can publish it for others to use. And because they combine instructions, expanded knowledge, and actions, they can be more helpful to you. They can work better in many contexts, and they can give you better control. They'll make it easier for you to accomplish all sorts of tasks or just have more fun, and you'll be able to use them right within ChatGPT. You can, in effect, program a GPT with language just by talking to it. It's easy to customize the behavior so that it fits what you want. This makes building them very accessible, and it gives agency to everyone. So, we're going to show you what GPTs are, how to use them, how to build them, and then we're going to talk about how they'll be distributed and discovered. And then after that, for developers, we're going to show you how to build these agent-like experiences into your own apps.
He had their developer relations person use a GPT to create an engaging demo that randomly gave 500 credits away to 5 developers, and then eventually at the end of the demo stating that the GPT would actually give 500 credits to everyone at Dev Day was truly a remarkable moment. And this one single moment felt less like a tech keynote and more of a scene from Willy Wonka. Also, the 16K context is a game changer for having a more consistent experience in the learning of the actual LLM portion of OpenAI. Regardless of how you feel about AI, this moment seems like a complete shift in how things get done and how technology is created and how tasks are accomplished. Imagine startup founders having an army of GPTs at their disposal instead of hiring a marketing person, and they just train a model to do marketing tasks and release them to do tasks. If you can foot the OpenAI API cost, that is. Regardless how you feel about AI, this moment seems like a complete shift in how things get done, how technology is created, and how tasks are accomplished. Imagine startup founders having an army of GPTs at their disposal instead of hiring a marketing person or a marketing team. They can just train a model to do marketing tasks and unleash them out on the world and, out on their particular use cases to do those tasks. And if that's, if you can actually foot the OpenAI API cost, that is. But it seems like OpenAI has expanded their castle size mode even more. In one keynote speech, OpenAI made thousands of AI startups obsolete while creating a newer ecosystem similar to the Apple Store in 2008, but just like them, they are opening an entire developer world. With both instances, the public couldn't see out into the horizon and understand how much of their world was going to change because of this. But the difference with the GPTs is a limbo low barrier to entry in comparison to the dawn of the App Store, which took considerably more time and effort to actually create. Also, is every AI company reliant on the OpenAI shaking in their boots and making certain that they won't be getting eaten up by the ecosystem of indie developers and business people that just have enough knowledge to find marketplace fit for their custom GPT? I want to leave you with this parting gift of Ilya from OpenAI and what he said.
The beliefs and desires of the first AGIs will be extremely important. And so it's important to program them correctly. I think that if this is not done, then the nature of evolution, of natural selection, favor those systems, prioritize their own survival above all else. If you have an arms race dynamics between multiple teams trying to build the AGI first, they will have less time and make sure that the AGI that they will build will care deeply for humans. I think it's pretty likely the entire surface of the Earth will be covered with solar panels and data centers. Given these kinds of concerns, it will be important that the AGI is somehow built as a cooperation between multiple countries. The future is going to be good for the AIs regardless. It would be nice if it were good for humans as well.